Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be covering how to actually get your foot in the door in the water hauling industry, along with building a successful trucking company in this space. So, in short, it's broken down into three steps. It's building your foundation, acquiring customers, and then step three will be growth. Each one of these steps have quite a bit that go to it, but it's really that easy. It's really three simple steps in order to go from not knowing anything in the industry to actually having a successful trucking company. So before we get into that, I do want to kind of touch on what we have going on for anyone that's new to the channel. And before we get into that, guys, if you ever want to know a little bit more information, we host free weekly live orientations. The link's in the bio on the YouTube channel. If you want to go to Oil Brick Road on Instagram, you'll be able to get a link to actually like be live with us and ask us all your questions. It's not charged. It's like 100% free. We don't ask you for money. We literally just get on there to be able to talk to guys that like want more information, want like actual questions answered, rather than actually coming to our YouTube videos and just trying to find something that answers your question. So, what do we do? We're in the water hauling industry in the oil and gas sector. What is that? So basically, you have customers, you have oil companies that their goal is to obviously extract oil from the ground. All right, they don't have trucking companies, so therefore they call third-party trucking companies, approved vendors, to haul water to and from locations. It's that easy, guys. You're literally going to a pad, hooking up a hose, loading your truck, going to another site, hooking up your hose, offloading, and that's it. It's really that simple. So you might ask me, well, how do I get into this game? How do I fucking become an approved vendor with these oil companies? That seems impossible. Well, when you're starting off in the industry, you're not going to be a direct master service agreement holder. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be subcontracted under these companies that hold the direct master service agreement, which is very easy. It's literally just calling them up, making sure that you have all the things you need, and then they sign you on, and they literally shoot you out work. They shoot you work out on a consistent basis, and that's kind of how the game goes. All right. So you subcontract under these approved vendors. They don't have enough trucks to be able to take care of all the operations in the Bakken, so they utilize third-party subcontractors like yourself. You go to job site, you complete the job, you give them the invoice, they bill the invoice, they pay you out. It's that simple. That's the oil field in a nutshell. You literally haul water from point A to point B, and your subcontracted under these approved vendors that hold the direct master service agreement. That's how it goes. So how much do we make? How much do we get paid out? So trucks they bill anywhere between 140 to 150 an hour. All right, a typical shift is about 14 hours a day, so that comes out to 1,900 or 1,960 to 2,100 dollars a day. And at the end of the month, you're looking at 50 grand plus if you're running every single day gross revenue. Now, yes, you have expenses associated. If you guys want to know like the exact complete breakdown of the profits, I got another video that I got in one of my earlier videos where I actually like break down like maintenance, fuel, insurance, and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So I'm not gonna really go through right now what you're profiting, but on average, drivers are profiting like on the low end, 20 racks a month. If you're really going hard, I mean, you could do like $35,000 as a single owner operator, and it's scalable. It's 100% scalable, guys. Like, you don't have to be a single owner operator for the rest of your life. It's literally like, all right, you're an owner operator, you work for a few months, you save up some money, you buy another truck, you throw a driver in it. That truck's going to profit you $10,000 a month on the lower end. All right, so you have your owner operator of 20, 30 grand plus this $10,000. You wait another couple months, you buy another truck. Now you got two units that is profiting you $10,000 a month per truck. Now you're doing $20,000 a month off these units, and then 20 to 30 grand off of your driving every single day. So you're at 40, $50,000 in income. All right, and then you keep working, and then boom, you're at five fucking trucks. The five trucks are making you your $50,000 a month. You don't even have to drive anymore. You're literally just from the phone managing, making sure that these drivers are doing what they're doing, making sure that the relationships are being kept with the trucking companies you're subcontracted under, and everything runs well. You could do it from a different state, literally. You don't even have to be in North Dakota, all right? Because the drivers, they have fuel cards, and you let them know the mechanic shop they got to go to. You make sure that they're dispatched every day by calling the brokerages, and the brokerages send them dispatch orders, and they're running. You're not billing tickets, you're not doing accounting, you're not doing any of that. The trucking company that you're signed on to, they're the ones that take care of all that headache, and literally you're just collecting cash. So that's like the game in a nutshell of what it could become. I mean, literally, like, you could get to the point where you're making, I mean, the sky's the limit, guys. You keep growing. I mean, you get 10 trucks, you're talking about $100,000 a month net after expenses. from the fucking phone. So that's the industry in a nutshell. That is what the oil field is. That is how much we make. If you guys want more of a detailed breakdown, check out my earlier video. Like I said, guys, we host the live webinar, so if you have more questions, I really recommend you to sign on. Like I said, Old Brick Road on Instagram, go on the link in bio. It's 100% free. So let's talk about what you guys came here for. How to actually do this. It seems very difficult to do what you're saying because I don't even know where to start. Okay? So, step one will be build wall. The first step from the area, sorry, I got work, not work, but operations. All right, just give me a second. Let me respond to this text. YouTube video. Me 10 minutes. Sorry guys, I got my partner, he asked me, hey, where the truck's at? And I let him know that I'm shooting this video, so my bad, all right? So where was I? So I was talking about how do you actually get to what we're talking about, right? Because everything seems so far away, so far-fetched, so far out of our reach. So it's really easy, guys, all right? So first step, you need your CDL, okay? You need your CDL, and then you need your certifications in order to be able to work in this field. And then once you have your CDL and certifications, you get a driving job out here, okay? You get a driving job, and that's the very first step. That's part of building your foundation. So you get a driving job, you save up some money, and then from there, you have to get your insurance, you have to get your truck, you have to get your trailer, you get your hoses and fittings. You have to make sure to set like some relationships up, like for example with like certain mechanic shops and fuel stations and X, Y, and Z. And once you have all that done, your foundation is built out. You have what you need to start operating. The next step will be calling trucking companies in order to start getting signed on. You find the trucking company that you need to get signed on with, you call them up, you ask them for the packet that they need to send you, they send you the information you need to fill out, you fill out some forms, you send them all of your credentials and your certifications and your insurances, and from there, they're like, all right, cool, you're onboarded, you're good to go. Here's the dispatch number, called dispatch. From there, you start calling dispatch, okay, you call them on a consistent basis, they start shooting you work, you're making money, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. You save up enough money, and then you buy a truck. You buy a truck, okay? You throw a driver in it, and now dispatch is sending you loads for your truck and your driver. And then, before that you find the driver. My bad. All right, you make some phone calls, you put some job postings out there, you vet those drivers, and you also have to make sure that, you buy the truck, hoses, fittings, everything that you basically duplicate your setup times 2. That's what you do. You buy another setup, you duplicate it. You get everything that you got for the first one, for the second one, you find a driver, you hire him, you throw it in there, he's working, dispatch is sending him loads. Now you guys are racking out $4,000, $4,000, $4,000, $4,000. And then you do it again. Now you have a third truck. $6,000, $6,000, $6,000, $6,000. And then you get a fourth truck, and then you get a fifth truck, and then you get a sixth truck, and so on and so forth. Is that easy, guys? That's literally what the game is. It's literally like hoses. It's what it is. Truck, trailer, certifications, hoses, fittings, insurance, calling the trucking companies to get signed on, and then duplicating, replicating. Doing it over and over and over and over again. It's the same thing, but over and over and over again. So that's like kind of like what it is. Step 1 would be foundation, getting everything you need. Step 2 would be customer acquisition, means signing on to all these trucking companies. Step 3 would be growth, which is buying more trucks and hiring drivers. That's literally what it is, okay? And then I got another video saying why oil field is the best market to be a part of. And I highly suggest that you guys actually watch that because it tells you why this is the best industry to be a part of. Hands down, best industry to be a part of for people like you and I. So that's how you guys do it, guys. Like I said, sign up for our free webinar. And I will say this, yes, we teach people how to get in this space, and yes, it comes at a price. We won't do this shit for free. All right? We don't do this shit for free, but at the same time, guys, we're teaching motherfuckers how to make a lot of money. You're talking about within your first couple of days, to be able to make 20 to 30 grand a month within 30 days. I'm not like, this entire process isn't even like a situation where it's going to take you years to accomplish. I'm talking about you get a job out here within 30 days, you could be an owner operator. And then within 3 to 5 months, you could already be like growing your fleet. And within a year to a year and a half, you could be at 5 drivers. You're talking about like within a year and a half, you could be from nothing to making 50 racks a month from the phone. Yes, that's some serious value, I hope you know. So yeah, guys, that's what I got going on. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, stay tuned for the next one.